Good morning, Internet. This is Tom negotiating with Jesus. I didn't have these two covered. Okay, this is Tom. I'm just going to tell a story today, but I'll do all my exercises because C, E, G, C, E, G, root position, E shape, A shape, oh, C shape. Don't I have a D shape somewhere? I'm not going to do that right now. Just doing, this is the D shape. The bottom of the C chord is the D shape. Okay, so I'm just going to tell a story today. I'll do all my exercises because the whole point of this channel isn't clearly to be entertaining. This is the worst channel. I just do my exercises every day. It gives me some kind of commitment that I have to do this. And I have leveled up, but not anywhere near where a normal person might want to get to in a reasonable amount of time. So it is a long, slow crawl. But I'm going to tell you just a little bit because to me, at some point, this is going to have some personality in it besides, limited personality and a guitar exercise. It's going to move to a channel that has content. I think content creating is a thing. So one of the things I'll tell you about is this. So content creators must be able to tell stories, must have something interesting happening in their lives. I'll tell you what happened to me early on. And this is, I'm an old guy, I'm in my 60s, so so I lived through the 70s, born in the 60s, lived through the 70s when the whole sex, drugs, and rock and roll thing erupted. The British invasion, didn't care about that. I became conscious of music in the 70s. So the experimental time was over. People figured it out and said, this works. And all the music industry and everything said, here's what I want from you guys. And it wasn't as experimental, but you can look at Yes or Rush. Rush being my favorite band of that era. And they're making their big comeback tour without Neil, of course. So anyway, 70s, listening to music, and then learn the guitar at the end of the 70s, somewhere late 70s, learn what the guitar is, learn a few chords. Then, because everyone loves music, everyone wants to start a band. There were four of us, 3 friends. We all picked an instrument and learned to play. I have always had this desire that I'm some kind of leader, and I'm not a great leader, but I wanted to play guitar and sing. So that's some star aim. It's more common that guitar and singing is the star thing. Never been a good singer, so I have to pick that up. Continuing the story, first band, cover band of 70s, late 70s, early 80s rock. We went as far as Def Leppard, UFO. I can't think of the other band that we did a good cover, but we're just covering songs. 84-ish, I started thinking about Jesus, left the band, and it was probably a huge disappointment that we didn't do anything particularly exciting. And I'll take the blame. Got caught up in the kind of Jesus trying to get out of drugs, so doing drugs, whatever. Then 87-ish, a friend dies. I end up at a church, and I think, okay, this is the community I can sit with. So I become a churchy guy. And so I'm still a churchy guy. I actually committed to that, and I'm in. And nobody will shake me as far as I can tell. I'm not a prophet. So then 90, meet someone, decide to start another band, another cover band, but now Christian music. So Newsboys, Jeff Moore in the Distance, whatever. But doing covers again. This person was very dedicated. She played a keyboard, was very disciplined, so I got better. Now, the whole point of the story is I'm in another band, become a better player because of daily or weekly practice. To me, again, this practice is critical. At the end, or somewhere in the middle of this band, we're just playing locally. We're not making any big splash. I've never been a great player. I've always been intermediate. But, doing a reasonable job covering songs. You can go to churches, youth groups. That thing was happening at that time. Creation was a big deal. The Creation concerts, things of that nature. 80s, 90s, Creation Festival, a giant Woodstock-like event with Christian bands. But met these kids and Dad, and here's the point of the story. It was Halestorm. So Lizzie Hale, RJ Hale, and Roger Hale. They are starting a band, Halestorm. So they played at least one time with us as a new band. They had an album, Time. Boy, I don't remember what the song was. It's like Time Police or something like that. Time Lord. And you can find Lizzie doing this, young Lizzie doing this song. It's possible to find on the internet. And this is Lizzie who's right around high school, senior age, something like that. RJ is maybe 4 years younger. So maybe she's 16, 17, he's 13, I don't know. Roger, Dad, is playing bass, Lizzie's playing keys, and RJ's playing drums. So, Time. Yeah, I don't remember the song. So my funny story is I knew Halestorm when they were just beginning, and they blew right past us because they weren't interested in what we were doing. We were playing churches, youth groups, very, very small venues. They wanted to play bars. They wanted to be a real rock band. And if you look up Halestorm, they became a real rock band. They've, I believe, won a Grammy Award. They are a national and internationally touring band. They went through I don't know what all they went through, but they were huge. It's a fun story that they, in some way, were young once and even might have opened for us. It's not clear to me. It's a long time ago. It's not clear to me how that all worked out, but we did know them. One of the great things was Roger built a twirling drum stand. It was a giant wheel that had a platform that RJ could fasten drums to. He had just this backup kit fastened to this stand. He could seatbelt himself in, and Roger could go behind it and spin it so that the drum set would turn upside down, and he'd do a little drum solo or something. And of course, that was in the day when rock shows were wild, and a spinning drum set would play. And young RJ was a young kid just beating the skins, and it was awesome. Lizzie was a young vocalist, and they had the vision to really push. One of the local their first guitar player was a local guy in the high school right here where I live. And he played with them for several years. He's now a Shore, Ocean City type band. And I think they've done plenty of originals and a lot of covers. A very accomplished guitar player in high school. And this guy went with them for a while, but then bailed out, I think because they were really pushing to to be playing out, and the schedule might have been too much. I don't even know what happened, because my whole story is I was there at the beginning of Hailstorm, and they probably don't even remember any of it. But I do. It's a funny story. And life is weird, and those connections are amazing and awesome. Hailstorm, rock on. See you later.